We all know connecting with first-time guests is vitally important, and one of the best ways to connect with first-time guests at your church is by giving them a first-time guest gift. And so today on Practical Church Planting, we're talking about 5 first-time guest gift ideas.
Welcome everybody to Practical Church Planting, where in 15 minutes or less, we'll give you practical tips, advice, and encouragement to help you plant and grow healthy churches. My name is Brian Drosian. Joining me is Dylan Dotson, and today we're talking about 5 ideas for first-time guest gifts.
You know, it is, by the way, Happy New Year. If you're listening to this on release day, it is New Year's Eve.
Ooh.
If you're listening to this after release day, it's already 2019.
Oh, what a great year.
What a great year. And because it's the new year, what do some people do in the new year, Brian?
They go to church.
They go to church. And so what we want to do is we want to give you some ideas of how you can best connect with them so that maybe they'll come back and get connected in your church.
Can't wait.
So we're going to talk about 5 gift ideas. Before we give you the gift ideas, just want to tell you why this is important for us to do.
Yeah.
Some people are like, well, all I got to do is preach the gospel. If you've been listening to Practical Church Planting long enough, you know that we think that's a terrible answer.
We are not a fan of that.
We are a fan of preaching the gospel. But
that's true.
The only part is that's just don't. There's Anyway,
there's more to
it. First-time guest gifts are a great idea. It allows first-time guests to know that you expected them because you have something prepared. B, especially if they are new to church or haven't been in a long time, they don't think that churches do this. They don't think that churches may care about people or anything like that. So it's a nice unexpected surprise. And it might not be new to you if you've been in church world for a while, but for a lot of people, they don't expect it at all. And it's just a nice way for you to say thank you, for you to have conversation with them, and for them to have warm and fuzzies about your church.
Yeah. It's a good way to make them feel welcome.
Because again, the point is to get them connected ultimately. The point is not to give them a bunch of gifts. And that being said, that these gifts will cost a little bit of money, but they are worth it. A, because if it helps people connect, just on that level, it's worth it. But B, if we're being honest, if people actually end up joining your church or you start giving that sort of thing, you'll actually more than make up for a first-time guest gift, even if you balance out the ratio of those who never come back with those who actually do.
Yeah, I think this is definitely an area that it's okay to spend some money, even if budgets are tight. Yes. This is an area that you really want to cut.
It just all goes down to priorities, and we think this is a big priority, is connecting first-time guests to your church.
For sure.
So here are 5 gift ideas that are pretty inexpensive that you could do. Number 1, you could do the whole pin, brochure, church information packet extravaganza.
Yes,
I saw that.
I've heard of that one.
Now, to be honest, I would not recommend this one.
Yeah.
It's not bad to give people information about your church. Maybe you can slip a thing in there if you want to. But that's pretty self-serving. I mean, we might think, oh, they want to know a ton of stuff about their church. They did come, but that's not a gift. That's like, that's just more information. That's not something that I didn't expect that you would do. That's not something above and beyond. That's like, oh, okay. And especially if you call that a gift, like, hey, if it's your first time, we've got a gift for you at the lobby, the Connect table, wherever you do that. And then you give them that. Like, if it was my first time and I'm like, oh, a gift, and then that's what I got, I wouldn't be excited about it.
Yeah, and I would say if there's so much information you have to give somebody that they need a brochure or a pamphlet after already attending the church, then you may be conveying too much information to a first-time guest.
I think we so go on the side of information overload.
Yeah.
Like, they came, they connected, they don't need to know about every single ministry under the sun and when all the groups meet and when this. They just need to thank them for coming and help them get connected. But giving them a ton of information, ton of stuff, it's not a gift. They don't want it. And so that is a gift idea.
Yeah.
I guess it's better than nothing, but I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not saying you can't give them stuff about your church, but I wouldn't make that your first-time guest gift.
Also, one thing to keep in mind is, where did most people go before visiting your church for the first time?
They go on your website.
They go on your website.
Find you online.
They find you. So if they check out your website, which is really only for first-time guests, as we've talked about, and they've already most likely at least looked at somewhat about your church, read up some. They might already know about the pastor. They may know all these things already. So just giving them more information that they may already know or most likely probably don't care that much about.
Probably going to throw away when they get home.
And probably not even going to read is kind of a waste.
So that's one gift we wouldn't recommend.
Yep.
Here's another gift. This might be the most popular church gift of all time, or at least, in the last 50 years.
Bet I could guess it.
What is it, Brian? Guess it. He doesn't even know.
Is it something you drink out of?
It is something you drink out of.
Oh, my goodness.
It is a church mug. Now, they're not bad. We're not knocking on mugs. We actually did mugs for a very long time.
Yep.
And you could be like, well, if it has your logo on it, isn't that also self-serving? Well, not necessarily, because it's like something people could actually use.
It is useful, yeah.
Now, people get a lot of mugs. The benefit of mugs is you can get them for very cheap. I mean, I think when we did it, it was like $2 or less a mug.
Something like that,
So they're very inexpensive. It is nice. It is something that's, again, a lot of people don't expect it. So I definitely would say that's better than nothing. But the downside of it is everybody has a ton of mugs.
Yeah.
And not necessarily everyone's looking for more mugs.
Yes.
So yes, it is inexpensive, And it is better than nothing. But it is kind of like, I mean, if you've been to a bunch of new churches, there's guaranteed you got a mug.
Yeah.
Very recently.
You got a cabinet of church mugs.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that is better than nothing. That is an option.
Like you said, it's better than nothing. I don't think, and maybe this isn't the most important thing, but I think that having some level of sort of surprise or kind of pleasantly surprised is a good thing. And I don't think that really conveys it. I think it's another thing with your logo.
Yeah.
Cool. Help them maybe remember if they get a cup of coffee and see it. But I don't think it does a whole lot,
Right.
and it's really worth the cost.
And you can put a few pieces of candy in there, which helps it as well.
Sure.
But the benefit of the mug is cost-wise, it is relatively cheap. Now, you have to buy a good amount up front.
Yeah.
But per gift, it is relatively cheap. So that is a benefit if this is, if money is really tight. But it is probably not, like you said, it's not the most unexpected thing. So it's not like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But it at least shows, hey, we thought about you.
Yep.
So that's an option. Here's a third option, and this is a T-shirt. Now, this is granted if you have T-shirts that you've printed and that
Yeah.
sort of thing. The benefit of the T-shirts are cool.
Yep.
People like T-shirts. The downside of it is that's a little more expensive. It could be $8, $10, $12 depending on where you've got yours printed.
A lot more expensive.
And also with T-shirts is while everyone likes shirts, they may not necessarily want a church shirt.
Yeah.
Especially if they're new, they may not care to wear your shirt in public. And so it could
True.
be a gift that's quite expensive that never gets used.
I feel like this is an idea that sounds really cool in theory,
Yeah.
but doesn't work very well in practice.
Yeah.
It sounds very cool to be able to give everyone a shirt. Even if they don't wear it, they got it. It's in their closet. Maybe they'll wear it sometime. But then when it actually comes down to the logistics of it, of them having to go to a Connect table, having to discuss a size, unless you just want to give everyone one
which
blanket
can be
size.
awkward.
Yeah, which can be awkward. Make sure you have those sizes in stock. And kind of, there's a lot of, I feel like moving things around it to where even though that sounds really cool to give everyone a shirt, even if we had all the money in the world,
Right.
I don't think it really works as well as we think it does in
Yep.
real life.
I would agree with that. So, but that is an option. It's
Yep.
a little bit more expensive. It's a little bit more personalized if you do go through all those soups and you get the right size. But again, you got to think of too, not what you would necessarily want, but what a
Yeah.
first-time person would want, who's maybe never been to church before. A shirt is, again, definitely better than not doing anything. But for the bang for the buck, the expense of it, the amount of people that may actually wear it, especially if they, a lot of people come and never come back, it could get
Yeah.
expensive really quick. But that is an option that you could do. You could give a shirt. Option number 4, and this is what we do here at New City Church. You could do a gift card. Now we do a gift card. We've done, I think for a while we did mugs and gift cards to like coffee, if I'm Starbucks, whatever. Maybe that's a normal thing you could do.
Something like that.
You could do a gift card somewhere. We do Chick-fil-A because
Yep.
everybody loves Chick-fil-A. If you don't have a Chick-fil-A where you live, sorry. But find something that people just like universally like, this is a good place.
Yeah.
So for what we do is we give you a Chick-fil-A gift card with a little bag of candy and a handwritten note saying thanks for coming. And yeah, so $5 per person, whatever, could get expensive, but again, we think it's worth getting them to come back.
Yep.
And that is not something you expect.
Yes.
That I'm going to get a gift card, especially if you haven't been to church in forever, especially to somewhere that I'm actually going to use it.
Yes.
Like, if you know Chick-fil-A, everybody loves Chick-fil-A.
The thing I really like about this gift card idea is it is purely a gift. There's nothing
Right.
self-serving about it. You're not
This is true. Yep.
You're not hoping that they wear the shirt in public and people will see it or anything like that. It is purely just a thank you, and we are getting nothing in return.
Yes.
Which is what a gift should be.
And a lot of people think that the churches want something from them. And so just to give them something, it's actually funny. We started doing the Chick-fil-A gift card a few months ago.
Yep.
And we say it from stage. We say, hey, if you're first time, there's a Connect card that you got when you walked in. We'd love for you to fill it out, drop it off the Connect tip on your way out. We have a gift for you. We actually say it's a Chick-fil-A gift card.
Yep.
And everybody loves Chick-fil-A. I mean, of
course.
like the response from the people in the audience is different than when you say, hey, we've got a gift for you.
Yep.
Maybe not say what it is, but when you say it's a gift card to somewhere that people are actually going to use it, people, even if it's only $5, like people are like, this is awesome.
Still, yeah.
And so we do a gift card with some little candy and a little handwritten note, and we do $5 a gift card, and it works great.
It does. It does. It works out. And we've done, like we said, some of these other options. It has by far been the thing that's
Yep.
worked the best.
It has been. And here's number 5. Here's a 5th gift idea.
Oh, bonus.
And no, it's not the bonus. We do have a bonus coming.
That's true.
But this is not the bonus. Number 5. You could do, some churches do this where now you'd have to trade a Connect card or whatever you call them if you wanted
Yep.
to do this well. But you actually could do a charity donation on their behalf. So some churches will have a list of approved charities that they will give to. So you want to make sure that your church like actually supports and is behind what you're giving
Understands what they're
But
giving
when
to.
they come to your guest services, Connect table, whatever, just by giving the Connect card, you can say, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to donate $5, whatever this money is, to these charities you pick.
Yeah.
And I think that also leaves a really good taste in someone's mouth because it's like, oh, this church actually cares about things outside their own church.
True.
And so that is one thing you could do. You could have a list of approved charities and say, hey, if it's your first time, drop off your Connect card and we'll give a gift or we'll donate whatever amount you want to do to this charities. Very unexpected.
Yep.
And it's why people be feeling like, oh, just by coming today, I made a difference to something that means something to me.
Yeah, I think this is another good one because it's not self-serving. There's nothing that you gain from it. It's not a tangible thing, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But there's nothing that really appears in any way that the church is gaining from it. It's just something that we're doing for somebody.
So again, here are some 5 gift ideas. You can do a pin, brochure, pamphlet about your church.
Yep.
I don't think that's the best thing to do.
Agreed.
Especially when a first-time gift, that's just not the place for it, I don't think. You could do, number 2, you could do a mug. Everyone does mugs, but they're relatively cheap, better than nothing. Number 3, you could do a T-shirt. Could get costly. It's cool if somebody wants it. Of all of them, if someone actually wanted a shirt, that would be the coolest thing.
For sure.
But not everybody does. Could get expensive. Number 4, you could do a gift card. We do Chick-fil-A. Or number 5, you could do a charity donation. Those are kind of the big ones that you could do.
Yep.
Regardless, maybe other than the brochure thing, we strongly encourage you to do something to
Yes.
show that you're just thankful that they came.
For sure.
But before we're done, we've got a bonus.
Oh, that I might have spoiled before.
Hey, no, there's no spoilers, man. It's all good here. Bonus is not only for your first-time guests, but especially if you have first-time families.
Oh, yes.
So what we do here at New City Church, shout out to Brittany, our kids director, is, and you actually would get double the first-time guest gifts if you're a family and you come to the Connect table after the service.
True.
Is that you get a popcorn and movie night. So we
Yes.
have these little popcorn bowls that has like the thing of popcorn that you can pop in it, and a Redbox gift a code to a free Redbox.
Yes.
So you can buy them ahead of time and just print them out and put them in the thing so that if families get a free movie night and they even get free Chick-fil-A. I mean, that is the best thing ever.
Right.
But that is also unexpected. Just by showing up when they register their kids, there's a gift for them right there that they're actually going to use if they have kids, movie nights.
Yep.
It's free. It's a lot of fun. And when they're having watching the movie, they're thinking good, warm, fuzzy thoughts about your church.
That's true. I think this one's huge because if somebody comes to your church, if they're new, if they've been in the church world for a while, regardless of what gift they get, the fact that there is a gift isn't a huge surprise because most churches do that. However, offering a gift just to a new family where they don't have to they get it just for showing up. They don't have to fill out a Connect card for it. It's the fact that they're new, they get a gift. I think that's where the big shock and surprise comes in, which is big.
Those are 5 and a bonus.
Yep.
First-time guest gifts. We would, again, recommend you do something just to thank people for coming, and your chances of them coming back and connecting with them are much, much higher.
Yes.
So thanks for being with us today on Practical Church Planting. As always, practicalplanting.com/questions if you have something you want us to talk about in a future episode. And also on Facebook, Practical Church Planting Group. We'd love for you to join. We have fun there.
We sure do.
We have so much fun there.
So much fun.
So much fun there. Thanks for being with us, and we'll be with you next time on Practical Church Planting. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Practical Church Planting. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or Practical Planting, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you like or subscribe or do whatever it's telling you to do or should do on that platform.
And hey, if you are so tired of looking at our ugly faces, but you're not tired of listening to our beautiful voices, then you can find our podcast if you just search Practical Church Planting on iTunes or Google Play. Make sure not to just find it, not just to listen, but to subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe. Brian, tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe.
See you next time.